to another exciting episode of Metallist Math. I am the Metallist. If you like hard rock and heavy metal, check out my The Metallist channel. That's THEE Metallist. All right, this is part 4 of 5 for the GED Practice Test 2 of Math. So we're going to do questions 16 through 20. Let's just hop right in and get it going. Hopefully, there we go. Okay, simplify the given expression. All right, so this is something that a lot of people cannot do. If you get on Facebook, you will see they put up stuff like this, and you'll see like a whole bunch of different answers, and most of the time none of them are right. So this is something that people have trouble with. So here's one way to remember this, and I wrote it a little tight, but that's okay. Most people say it as PEMDAS. So the P stands for parentheses. That means do the stuff in the parentheses first. Well, this is just a 2 in parentheses, so we don't have to do anything for that guy. Next up, we've got E for exponents. Exponents is this little guy right here. So we're going to do stuff with exponents next. So that means we're going to take 2 and raise it to the second power. So now this thing looks like this. It's going to be 9 minus 3, and then all this stuff is just going to become times 4. Okay? All right, so then we have multiplication and division come next. So M&D is multiplication and division. What you want to do for this one, just remember that if you do have a bunch of multiplying and dividing going on, go from left to right. It's not like you have to multiply all the multiplications first and then do the divisions. That's not how it works. That's going to be the same way with adding and subtracting, but we'll get to that here in a minute. So the next part is we want to multiply before we do any adding and subtracting. So that means these guys. So I've got minus 3 times 4, that's going to be negative 12. So I have 9 minus 12. So there's no adding, but there is some subtracting here. That's what these are, adding and subtracting. Okay, so then our final step here is we do 9 minus 12, which would be negative 3. So this is a big deal. So review that stuff for sure, okay? Because that's how a lot of people, even though they know the right thing to do, when they calculate it, they mess things up. And then sometimes if you plug too much into your calculator, once your calculator is not thinking about it the same way we are. So when you're doing stuff in your calculator, make sure you definitely hit equals a lot. After you do a step, hit equals. Because sometimes it'll try to add something to a step that you weren't planning to do it that way. And maybe we'll do a video where we can show you some examples of that. But for right now, we're going to get these guys done. All right, so Albert inherited $45,500. Nice. And he decided to invest part of his inheritance in a well-respected mutual fund while keeping the remaining part of his inheritance in a certificate of deposit. So it says, if Albert's amount that he invested in the certificate of deposit is $3,500, more than 6 times the amount invested in the mutual fund, calculate the amount invested in each account. Oh, okay. So here we go. So it says that so Albert's amount he invested in this certificate of deposit is $3,500 more. So that means we're going to do a plus 3,500. Okay. So plus 3,500 more than 6 times the amount invested in the mutual fund. So we'll use X for the mutual fund, and we have 6X, okay? So 6 times that, so then what we're gonna do here is we're gonna look at this and say, all right, so what's X? Well, let's figure that out. So we're saying that we've got 3,500 more than 6 times the amount invested in the mutual fund. Okay, so the amount invested in the mutual fund is X, and the amount invested in the certificate of deposit is 6 times that number, plus 3,500, and all that stuff equals 4,500. Let me do a little trick here, see if I can move this guy over. Got it like that. All right, so then we'll put in equals the 4,550, right? All right, so let's do that. Equals 45, actually it's 45,500. Even better. Okay, so there's our guy. Now we need to solve this thing for x. So this is probably one of the fanciest problems we've had so far. So we've got 1x plus 6x is going to be 7x plus 3,500. And that's going to equal 45,500. Okay. So first thing we want to do is we want to subtract this guy off. 3,500 and 3,500. Okay. So again, use your calculator on this. So that's going to be 42,000. And that is going to equal 7x. So our last step is we're going to divide both sides by 7. So 7 divided by 7, or 7x divided by 7 is just going to be x. And then 42,000 divided by 6 is going to be 7,000. Okay? Nope, 6,000, my bad. What am I saying? This is why you use your calculator, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So 6,000. All right. So if you look at your answers, this is along with 6,000. And if you plug this back in up here, that'd be 6,000 times 6, that's 36,000. And then you're going to add the 3,500 to it, so that would be the 39,500 we have here. Okay, so that was a pretty fancy problem, not going to lie. Okay, let's go ahead and check out another one. So it says, use the rules of exponents to simplify. So here's the deal. When you have something that already has an exponent, like this guy, and then we raise him to a power, this is when we multiply the exponents together. So basically 2 times 9 is going to be 18. Now if you had y to the second times y to the 9th, it's a y actually, okay, that's when you're going to add the exponents. So this one would be y to the 11th. They conveniently put that as one of your answers. But in this case, we're going to multiply them. Okay. So property of exponents is a good thing to review as well. All right, so let's go ahead and check out another one. Okay, so this one says 7 more, so we're going to have a plus 7 happening at some point. Then 2 times a certain number we always call x, equals 181. So it says find the number. Okay, so first thing we do, we go ahead and subtract 7 off both sides. All right, so it's going to give me 2x equals, what's that going to be, 174. And then the last thing we do is we go ahead and divide by the number in front of the x. So then that's going to be, we got 8 with 1 left over. So 87. So x will be 87. Again, please use your calculator. Okay, but that's what we got. All right. Last one for this session. All right. Simplify the given expression. Here's that PEMDAS thing again, right? Again, kind of a big deal. So first thing it says is parentheses, right? That means put these two guys together. So now this is going to be 9, and then plus 9 minus 6 is going to be 3. So now we just have a 3 in the parentheses. And then to the third power, minus 5. All right, so next up is exponents. That's mean we're going to take care of this guy right here. Okay, so 3 to the third. 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. So this is going to be 9 plus 27 minus 5. Okay, so that's where we're at now. So we add these two guys together. So 9 and 27 is 36, and 36 minus 5 is going to be 31. So there's our guy. All right, guys. Well, once again, I appreciate you listening, and I hope this helps you guys out. Again, please comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my Metallist channel as well, and we'll see you all next time.